Hey y'all, welcome to Kamira's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to get crunchy, juicy, delicious fried chicken without having to use milk, eggs, mustard, none of that honey. We are just going to be using some water. Yep, that free good old water. This is a good method for when you don't have the other options at your house. Maybe you just want to save a little bit on your groceries, or you just want some good old fried chicken, but you really just don't want to do all that. This is an easy method that you can use, and your fried chicken will come out tasting good. Now, as usual, I am going to clean my chicken. As you can see, there's some feathers and things. I don't want that. Okay, now if you don't want to wash your chicken, don't come for me. I ain't gonna talk about you. You ain't gonna talk about me. You not eating in my house, and I'm not eating at yours. Okay, so do whatever you want to do. Drink your water and mind your business. Okay, but I'm going to clean mine. Now I'm using about 3 pounds of chicken, and I'm just using a little chicken leg today. Y'all know, even with rising grocery prices, a little chicken leg is still affordable. Okay, so once I clean them, I'm going to put a paper towel at the bottom to catch any excess water. And of course, if you clean meat in your sink, you have to clean your sink. Okay, that is a non-negotiable, honey. So y'all, these are the seasonings I'm going to be using. I have chicken bouillon, garlic powder, paprika. This is a chicken seasoning by Chef Moretto. I like this seasoning. It's not that salty, but it has a good flavor. This Raging Cajun all-purpose seasoning is basically just seasoning salt, onion powder, and I have some pepper, white pepper specifically. If you do not have all these seasonings, then garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, and seasoning salt is fine. If you have bouillon, it's nice, but just that base will give you some good chicken. Now, some of y'all like to complain and talk smack and say that I don't measure, or my measurements is off, or I don't really use a measuring device. Okay, well today y'all see me using a teaspoon, so don't even play with me. Okay, I'm actually using real measuring utensils on this day. Now guys, I'm going to be putting all of the measurements in the description box, but of course you can adjust to your taste. It depends on how much chicken you are making and how much seasoning that you like. Okay, but something you have to keep in mind is, unlike when you use mustard, like mustard is a binder, that adds a flavor to the chicken. When you're using water, you're not adding any additional flavor. Even buttermilk can tenderize the chicken and almost add a flavor. But guys, with the water, it's just the seasoning. So you need to make sure that you season that thing real well, okay? Just make sure you go in there good with all of your seasonings. And of course, you're going to be using your salt to your taste. Now, I'm going to go in and I'm going to put all my seasoning on my chicken. Most of my seasonings are pretty low in sodium, so this chicken is not overly salty. I'm going to mix this up well, make sure everything is covered, and as you can see, this chicken is thick. Okay, drumsticks tend to be on the thick side. Some of them do, especially with this roided up chicken that we got these days. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit at room temp for about an hour, cover, and just let it come to room temperature. I'm also going to add, after an hour, a little bit of water. This is no more than a half a cup. Okay, you don't want to get crazy with it. This water is going to help moisten the chicken, and it's going to help the flour mixture bind to the chicken. If you do this early on, I feel like it washes some of the seasonings off. So it's up to you, because I'm not doing like a full brine here. Just adding a little bit of water. Okay guys, I'm going in with about 2 to 2.5 cups of flour. To this, I'm going to add some cornstarch. And then, to make this similar to self-rising, about half a tablespoon of baking powder. For seasoning the flour, the only thing I like to add is chicken bouillon. And I'll also put in a little bit of paprika for color. I do not like to put herbs and things inside of the flour mixture because I find that they burn. So this is it for me, okay? I like to add paprika or Sazon or something to encourage a nice color on the chicken. Okay, y'all, so this is where the magic's going to happen. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chicken, make sure that it is fully covered in that water, and then I am going to put it in my seasoned flour. I'm going to go in and press the flour mixture onto it hard. Now, y'all, I'm not going to waste any scrap of that seasoned water mixture at all. You'll see me use it again a little bit later. Okay, so nothing's going to go to waste. You have the option to do 1 or 2 coats of flour. I'm going to show you how to do the 2 coat, and I'm also going to show you how the chicken is going to come out if you fry with the 1 and the 2 coat, so you can make the best decision for your family. Now, guys, on my hand, you can see those flour bits are mixing with the water, and they're making lots of bits. You want to rub those off purposely into the flour mixture. As you continue to coat chicken, those bits are going to attach to your chicken, and then it is going to make your chicken crunchier. This is a hack for some good fried chicken. Now, at this stage, I've done 1 coat. You can stop here. If you want, you can do the double coat, and this is how you would do it. First, I'm going to add some chicken to my bowl just to scrape up any of the excess spices. Then I am going to have literally a bowl of water. This is just plain tap water, y'all. I'm going to dip the chicken in quick. I put it in there. I maybe let it sit for like a second, and then I take it out. You're not washing the chicken. Do not rub the chicken while it is in the water. That will knock off the other flour. Fully submerge it in the water. Let it pause for about 1 second, and then take it out and then dunk it into the flour mixture again. Wetting the first coating with water is going to allow you to get more of the flour mixture to stick if you want a double crunch. But you do need to shake off the excess very good, because any excess flour is going to burn in your oil. Now, y'all, tell me in the comments if you've ever done this before, or am I putting y'all on to something new? Please let me know, because this is a real good method to get some fried chicken. And guys, I really do hope you try it, because it is effective, it is simple, and it is cheap. Okay, it is cheap. Now, y'all, we're going to let all the chicken set just for about 5-6 minutes, just while your oil heats up. Okay, that's going to make sure the coating is moist, and it's going to reduce the likelihood that the coating will flake off in the oil. I'm using canola oil in my Dutch oven to fry today. I am putting some of like the dough balls left from the flour into the oil just to test if my oil is hot enough. If you see them sizzle up immediately, you know that your oil is going to be hot. You can also just flick a little bit of flour or use a probe, and then once your oil is 350 degrees, go ahead and put your chicken in there. Make sure your oil is not too hot, or your chicken will get cooked on the outside and it will be raw in the inside. And if it's too cold, you're going to find that the coating for the chicken will start flaking off. You need that just right temperature. After about 1 minute of it frying, I go in with some chopsticks and I start to move around the chicken. I want to make sure that it's not stuck to the bottom. Since drummies are so thick, I like to toss them every once in a while to ensure that they're cooking evenly. Now, all these drumsticks are different sizes. I find that it takes anywhere from 12 to 14 or 15 minutes for your chicken to be fully cooked. Of course, this smaller one was done first. In 12 minutes, it had definitely hit 165 degrees. It was done. The other two that were a little bit thicker, I let them cook for a minute or two longer, and that's when they were ready. A temperature probe stuck into the chicken, as long as it's not touching the bone. If it reads 165, you will know your chicken is done. In between batches, you want to scrape out any excess flour that falls, or at least as much as possible. This will ensure your oil will stay fresh through multiple batches. This is why some of y'all chicken tastes real crazy by the time you get to the end, because all those burnt pieces are attached to your newly frying chicken. Now, guys, I'm only going to do about 3 legs at a time, and I'm just going to repeat until all of my chicken is cooked. You are welcome to fry this in a cast iron skillet, but y'all, the Dutch oven, baby, that is what always does it for me. I always get the best results. Now, this is one of the chickens that had the single coating of flour, and I'm going to show y'all the crunch on that up close in a second. This is my double coated chicken. As you can see, nicely golden brown. This is my single coated chicken. I cooked this one slightly too long. That's why it's a little bit browner, but it was not burnt and it was still juicy. And as you can see, the coating is hard. Okay, that is nice and crunchy. So let me know in the comments, are you going to do a single coating or are you going to do a double coating of flour? I like them both, but my favorite was actually that single coating. The single coating was really good to me. Okay, I'm not like such a heavy breading girl. Y'all, this chicken is juicy, it is delicious, it is seasoning, and it's perfect for some hot sauce. Y'all let me know how you enjoy this recipe. I'll see you next time in Kamir's Kitchen. Goodbye and God bless.